Well, where shall we begin? How about this one? Australia approves mandatory Bill Gates mRNA vaccines for all agriculture. Yeah. Yep, Australia's announced plans to inject Bill Gates mRNA vaccines into all livestock destined for people's dinner plates, according to reports. The Australian government plans to make the vaccine rollout mandatory for all animals, regardless of whether cattle farmers agree or not. This is because the Brits are running them. And they have all of these extra deaths all across the demographics there in the UK. And they just can't figure out what's doing this. If anybody has any doubt that these maniacs, who are at least temporarily in control, want to cull most of us like a bunch of, extra rodents or something, they just want to keep a couple around as pets. You need to turn loose of that concept, because these are maniacs and they do want to do it. How much evidence do we need? We're going to pick on Paul Krugman here pretty bad in just a minute, too. But back to this article now. On May 2nd of this year, Meat and Livestock Australia, or the MLA, announced funding for a project to test mRNA vaccines that can be rapidly mass-produced in Australia in the event of a lumpy skin disease or other exotic disease outbreak. Oh, lumpy skin disease. Be on the lookout for that. And by the way, what happened to monkeypox? The manager from Animal Wellbeing, a dubious title, released a statement declaring this project will develop a mRNA vaccine pipeline initially for LSD, but potentially for other emergency diseases, lumpy skin disease. This will enable a capacity for rapid mass production of a vaccine for LSD in the event of an outbreak. No LSD vaccines are registered for use in Australia yet. While some vaccines exist overseas, the path to registration in Australia for traditionally produced vaccines is longer than that of an mRNA vaccine. Spectator.com.au reports, why are traditional vaccines, which have safety records that outstrip mRNA vaccines, subject to longer approval periods than mRNA vaccines? That sounds like a significant structural failure within Australia's health body that, instead of being fixed, has the potential to be exploited by manufacturers looking to cash in on mRNA. mRNA vaccines are quick to produce and nimble, which is why pharmaceutical companies like them. But that doesn't mean that they're safe, effective, or suitable for consumers, whether those are humans or livestock. In a 2022 article in PubMed Central, it notes recently the successful application of mRNA vaccines against COVID has further validated the platform and opened the floodgates to mRNA vaccines' potential in infectious disease prevention, especially in the veterinary field, except you're going to be eating it. Because it'll do the same thing to livestock that it does to human beings. It will change the genome. Do you feel mRNA has been validated over the last 3 years? No doubt this is why we keep hearing bleatings of emergency and outbreak in the same breath as mRNA, as if to remind us of the mantra used during the COVID era to embark on what the former health minister referred to as the largest clinical trial, the largest global vaccine trial ever.